Only time will tell if that will change. Hey Explorers, Kitty the Explorer here, and I'm here today to tell you where I would like to travel in 2021 if the world reopens, right? And also I'm going to give you a few recommendations based on places that I have been for you to travel to in 2021. And I'm also collaborating with some wonderful ladies in travel in this video. All of our videos just came out right now, and we're all giving where we want to go in 2021. Make sure you head on over to Living for the City by Cherise on her channel next, so you can see where she wants to travel to in 2021. And she is the things to do in Philly guru. So if you ever headed to Philly, you definitely need to be linked into her channel because she has all the ins and outs, okay? So let's get into it. But first, you know what time it is. You already know. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and a notification bell right next to it so you're notified when all of my videos are released. Videos are released every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time and Thursdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Now, let me get into telling you where I would like to go in 2021. All right, so I'm gonna break up the places I wanna go in 2021 into realistic and only time will tell. Just a side note, I usually book my travels like when 2021 started. If this was any year before, I would have had travel booked at least through June with my mind already pondering, okay, what I'm gonna do in September, November, and possibly one other trip. That's not happening because the world is a little crazy right now, and I don't want to plan things out and get my hopes up. So as I did with Bermuda, I booked my trip like a little less than a month before going. So that's what I'm going to do with all of my trips in 2021 because I just can't trust the world. I mean, the Rona is still raging, it is still vibing, it's still dancing out here in this world. So I don't want to deal with that. All right, so let's get into my realistic category of places I would like to go in 2021. So the most realistic places are obviously going to be here within the United States because I don't have to worry about crossing any borders, meaning I don't have to worry about a border closing on my behind. That makes me nervous. I don't want to have to pay an expensive fee to get back home because something happens and the border shuts down. So obviously traveling to another state is very easy to do. Obviously different states have different regulations I have to be concerned about, but I can still get home, okay? So my two states that I would like to go to is first, I really want to go to Wyoming. I want to go see Jackson Hole. I think that is beautiful. And they also have a lot of outdoors things that I would just love to get into. I could see myself spending a lot of time there and just being one with nature. Yes. And then my second state is Alaska. Again, it's another place where I can enjoy the great outdoors, and I would really like to see the Northern Lights. Yeah, I would like to see that. So that means I have to go in a colder month. And yeah, that's not happening during this part of the colder part of the year, like right now, because one, it's too soon, and two, that health thing is really raging right now. But it's still realistic because it's within my country. The next two, or the last two realistic places I would love to travel to in 2021 is because they are currently open to US residents. And I mean currently as of, what is today? January 7th, 2021, they are currently open to US residents. Obviously, things are changing daily with this health crisis that we're in. So I do have their government website linked down below in the description box so you can see who are allowed to travel into these two countries that I would love to get to sooner than later. The first country that I find realistic is Guatemala. I have been wanting to go here since 2018. It was on my list to I was actually starting to plan the trip in 2018, but a previous friend wanted to go to South Africa so badly, and South Africa was on my list. It just wasn't a priority for 2018. I actually had made this goal at the end of 2017 to actually cross off all the countries in America. And then that kind of threw a dagger in it. And then she ended up not going. So, that's why I travel solo. Someone else did go with me. She's still my homegirl. Yeah, I was gonna go to Guatemala that year, and I really wanna go to Lake Atitlan. I think that lake is gorgeous. I also would like to just go and be around the volcanoes. You can hike volcanoes and the Mayan ruins. I'm really into that type of stuff. So there's a lot of things to do there that I would love to see. My fourth place I would like to go in 2021 that is realistic is Turks and Caicos. Now let me tell y'all, I have, since I lived in Atlanta, I moved to Atlanta in 2016. I think every year except the first year, I've been wanting to go to Turks and Caicos because the flight is very short from Atlanta and it just looks gorgeous. It looks relaxing. I love the beach. I love the ocean. It's perfect for me. And I don't know why it attracts me so much. I think it might be because I saw a flight deal once with Delta to go there, and then by the time I went to book it, it was gone. And then every other time I've tried to book it, it's usually during hurricane season. And I'm not going down there during hurricane season because after my issue in Costa Rica, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna deal with Mother Nature and worrying about that at all. But I really would like to go there, and it is open to US citizens and there's no quarantine period, and you do have to do testing. Same with Guatemala, you have to do testing, there's no quarantine period, and it's open to US residents as of right now. So those are the 4 places that I found realistic that I would love to travel to and get to in 2021. Now let's get into the places if only time could tell. And if these places do come up and come available, something on the realistic list may get kicked off because money doesn't grow on trees and time is precious. So on my list of only time could tell, I have Paris, France. I've only been to Paris in France. I would love to go to other places in France, but I just love Paris. Is my favorite city in the world. And I wanted to go back last year. You know, that didn't happen. So I would love to go back this year, and I would love to take my niece. For Christmas 2019, I bought my niece a passport, and I said, you have to learn about things after getting your passport to go to Paris and London. And I said, you will go to Paris and London in 2021. It's looking quite bleak because Europe is pretty much closed to US residents right now, but again, only time will tell if that will change. And I would really love to get out there to take her to Paris. And I would just like to see it again and be in the city of light. And with that said, I would also love to go to London because I really would like for her to see both. And usually when I travel, I try to bounce around and get more than one country in because, I don't know, I wander. I like to do that, and I don't feel as comfortable doing that anymore, at least during this current health crisis, because again, borders can shut down. Yeah, I really do hope that I can get to both of those this year. And also on the only if time could tell list, I would love to get to Spain. In March of 2020, I was supposed to go to Spain and Morocco. March of 2020, right when borders closed. Took me months to get my money back. You can watch this video about flights canceled. I would love to get there and get that part of that trip done. So that is the list of places that I would love to go to, the realistic and only if time could tell list. But now I want to give you some recommendations on places that you should go to in 2021. So first off is Turkey. Turkey is currently open to US residents. Again, I will leave a link down below in the description box on the requirements of going into the country if you are from the US. I booked Turkey, a flight to Turkey, and you can watch this playlist here to see my videos from Turkey. I went to Istanbul and Cappadocia, and it was incredible. I only booked it on a whim because I got mad my flight deal to Morocco was gone by the time I went to book it. So I was like, I'm not gonna be outdone. So I booked the flight deal to Turkey, and Istanbul was incredible. Incredible. It is very heavily populated, but it was incredible going to the bazaar, going to the Hagia Sophia, going to the Blue Mosque, eating Turkish pizza. I mean, it was just incredible. I loved it. So if you have a chance, I highly recommend you visiting Turkey. The next place, which is now reopened to US residents, is South Africa. I already mentioned it a little bit, but I love South Africa. I also recommend going to Johannesburg and Cape Town. They have 2 different vibes. There's a lot of culture, a lot of things in Soweto, you know, Trevor Noah's from there. You get some authentic experiences in Joburg. It was cool. Went on a safari from Joburg to Pilanesberg National Park, came back, and then flew to Cape Town. Cape Town is gorgeous. It's one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in the world. It's just absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. Went to Robben Island, where Nelson Mandela was jailed. Also a lot of culture. Gold Restaurant is delicious. Oh my gosh. must go to South Africa. And you can watch my South Africa playlist here. Lastly, on my list of places I highly recommend you go is, of course, my favorite city, Paris. Now, I know some people are like, the food in Paris is bad. You're not eating at the right place, honey. I'm telling you, I had some of the best food. It's so good. Like, it's not injected with hormones and it's flavorful at Sacré Fleur and Le Comptoir. Le Comptoir was recommended by Anthony Bourdain on our reservations. So you know that mess was good. It was really good, but you had to get there as soon as it opened. And of course, there's a lot of art at the Louvre and Musée d'Orsay and countless other museums in Paris. And then the Black Paris tour is a must. I don't care what race you're from, where you're from, it is wonderful. Ricky Stevenson is such a great historian, and she tells the stories of history in such a passionate way. It's so great. Loved it. And of course you can go to Moulin Rouge. It wasn't the best thing in my experience, but I loved it. And then you could take a day trip over to Versailles. Amazing experience. Love Paris. If you have a chance and the borders reopen, I highly recommend going to Paris. Those are the places I recommend that you visit in 2021. I want to know, do you have any travel plans in 2021? Where would you like to go this year when borders reopen and the health crisis calms the F down? Please comment that down below. I would love to hear. Give me some ideas, you know. So if you enjoyed this video and you got some great recommendations, make sure you hit that like button. Also, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And again, please don't forget to leave your comments down below. And lastly, share this video with your friends, family, and your social media networks. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day or night wherever in the world you are.